It's like any other virus. It's the seventh virus in the series. And this is the 20th pandemic in the year 2020. I really don't understand why he gave her a special treatment to begin with. But after having said that, now let's do what can we do. I would see a series of decentralized healthcare centers coming up. I mean, there is a pathetic status of a primary healthcare. So use interim measures to have decentralized healthcare systems where people who are infected can be isolated, quarantined, and taken appropriate care. To me, that's the way to it. Move as much as decentralization as possible, because there's going to be a movement of making sure that there is an order in the people that are seeking treatment. The most challenging part of this particular virus is what we call as asymptomatic but infected. They are the super spreaders. Now that's something we have to come into terms. They are not visible. They're invisible. Anybody could be a super spreader. He's asymptomatic but infected. So therefore, we have only two options. Number one, take extreme personal protective measures. And here I see two components. One is called the face hygiene, other is the washroom hygiene. The face hygiene, you have the mask, and you have to wear that mask for three reasons. One is that if you are infected with coronavirus, you reduce the probability of transmitting the virus to the other person. That's number one. Number two, when you're coughing, sneezing, or talking, you're again reducing the thing. The third thing is the grand balance of the coronavirus in the nasopharyngeal regions. So that's how we wear the mask. That comes as a physical barrier. The second thing is almost 80 to 90 times, without our knowledge, we touch our face, ears. You know, so I coined the term men. Keep men away. Keep mouth away. Keep eyes away. Keep nose away. So that's a simple thing. Too much attention, focused attention to the corona problem. When you look at the statistics from January 2020 to March 2020, global statistics, the deaths due to corona constitute only 0.5%. So we focus too much on one side of the equation. We didn't ever look at the other side of the equation. And I feel in India, we have 7 pandemics going on. 7 pandemics. First is the pandemic of corona that we are struggling, and it seems to be in pretty good condition to address that, with the possibility of upsurge in the cases because we opened the floodgates. That's number one. The second thing is we had a pandemic of over-information. 90% of the space in the media and print media was occupied by corona, as if nothing is happening in the other part of the world. The third pandemic we had is a pandemic of misinformation, disinformation, distorted information, and incomplete information. The fourth pandemic we had are people who became experts by looking at Google experts. The fifth one was pandemic of fear. That was more serious than the disease itself. The sixth one is pandemic of misery that the country is currently going through. Because the other side of the equation, we did not at all focus ourselves sufficiently enough to handle it. Now the question of migrants moving, the question of people who are on immunosuppressions, those people who are having stroke, those are having serious problems. The hospitals were locked, the government hospital.